Today is Saturday, July 12th, 2025, and it was a decent week for me, up about 1.82%. And this is a week where the NASDAQ was actually slightly down, 0.21% for the week. And of course, for the month, the NASDAQ is up 4%, year to date 7.6%. And for the month, I am up about 30%, or actually 32 now. And year to date, almost 80%. And I also almost tagged 230K this week. And if you guys haven't already noticed, Robinhood did go ahead and redesign their app. So instead of the IRA down at the bottom next to crypto, it is now up at the top, and you can actually pull it down to see like your general performance for the day. So for today, I'm not really sure what this is from. This is probably Friday and a little bit of Saturday mixed in, but it says that I'm down 0.44%. In my IRA, it says 1.47% up. And if we slide over to the right, it shows my Roth IRA. And year to date, it is up about 36.89%. And I actually think this redesign is pretty good because the investing up at the top, even though it did have some functionality with it, right? You could click the investing tab and it'll pull up like your joint accounts or your other accounts. And even though that was fine, I think this looks a lot cleaner. And you can actually see your daily performance on multiple accounts. So that is pretty cool. You don't have to flip back and forth from investing to your IRA and your joint or whatever just to see each performance. You can just slide it down and it has like this clean view, almost like each portfolio is its own stock. And I think it looks really clean. But just like I mentioned in a previous video, now that we have freed up a tab down at the bottom, I do think Robinhood should still go ahead with the dividend tracker / Robinhood calendar. And for those of you that haven't seen my previous video, there is a feature that I really want to see on Robinhood, which is basically a calendar. But on this calendar, you'll see your future earnings dates for the stocks that you either own or stocks that you want to follow. It'll also show your dividend X dates and your dividend payout dates. And on each month, it'll show like a total estimated amount of dividends that you're expected to receive for the month, and then the estimated amount for the entire year. So it's a dividend forecasting tool, much like what a lot of people have been asking for in these Robinhood Q&As. And for those of you that don't follow me on X, I also did post about this, and I said that it would also increase or potentially increase the daily active users, because even though not everybody wants to be a day trader checking their account every single day, if you add a calendar, I think that would still be very appealing and useful to long-term investors that typically don't check their accounts every day, but they still like to keep up with like their dividend dates, the earnings dates, any press releases, or anything else that Robinhood wants to end up putting on that calendar. But I do think dividends and earnings dates are the two key elements that should be on that calendar. And by the way, if anybody at Robinhood is watching this, I am still waiting on my gold card. And yes, I am a little bit butthurt that I wasn't invited to the Hood Summit, even though there is literally no reason for me to be at this Hood Summit. And for those of you that don't keep up with Nike, they did go ahead and release their collab with Levi's. And I'm not going to lie, those Levi's Air Maxes, I'm probably going to have to starve myself to buy these Air Maxes on StockX. But they are looking pretty good. And I'm not going to lie, it's making me kind of wish I had some more Nike shares. And I'm not sure where I left off in the previous video, but this is my recent transaction history. So I did go ahead and close out those Robinhood covered calls. I did buy more Honest, more Google, and more Pepsi.